Hey everyone, my name is Jamie Lee. Welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching this video today. Now today we are back with a bit of a part 2 humongous roundup to my Knix swim haul and review for 2024. Now the Knix swim collection for this year came out, I believe, at the end of April of 2024, and at that time I did pick up 2 swimsuits to try, but since then I've tried many other kinds of suits, completely different styles, new styles that Knix has never carried before, so I did want to kind of update my overall review and share these new suits with you. So if you did already watch that previous video, I am going to show those styles again that I had in April, but I'm going to do them at the end of this video, so you can always kind of just jump off when you've already seen the suits. I will use chapters in this video, so if you want to skip ahead to a specific suit that you're interested in, you can find them all down there. And I also do have a couple of their different cover-up options this time, so I figured we would talk about those super quick as well. Now, super quickly before we get started with the suits, I do always want to disclose that I was sent these suits free of charge by Knix for the purposes of creating these types of review videos. I'm not obligated to only say nice things. However, I will say I was very, very impressed with the swim collection this year, and I would say at least 90% of it I would recommend. There's only a couple of things that I didn't personally love that much, but we will go over all of that as we look at the pieces. As we go through, I will try to mention specifically what size I got in each piece. However, I will also have down in the description box each individual thing that I'm trying on, what it was called, what size I got, and what colorway or pattern I got, along with a link specifically to that thing. So if there's anything that you're like, oh, I don't remember what size she said, you can find that all down there. In general, I got everything in either a medium or a large or a medium plus. There is a couple different sizes, so like I said, all that information will be down there. Now, since I do work with Knix as a Knix ambassador, I do also have a discount code that you can use that will save you 15% off your purchase of $120 or more. If you do use this discount code, I will earn a small commission on that, so please never feel like you have to use it. If you want to and you do use it, I really appreciate it. If it makes you uncomfortable, never feel like you have to. Now, many of the swimsuits we're going to try today come in both a leak-proof and a non-leak-proof version. If you've seen any of my previous Knix videos, leak-proof is referring to something that you can wear on your period or for light bladder leaks. So there are multiple different swimsuit options that you can wear while you're on your period, go for a swim, come out of the water. You don't need to worry about rushing and immediately putting a tampon in, and I feel like that's very handy. If you have any questions specifically about leak-proof swimwear, I will link to a video up here where I first tried the leak-proof swimwear and talk about it a bit more. You can also leave me a question down in the comments and I'm happy to answer any questions. But just know that many of the pieces do come in a leak-proof option in case you do want that option for your swimsuits. And in general, for sizing, just so you can compare, I am 5'1", so I'm quite petite. I wear a 34 double D to triple D in bras, size medium in tops, and then I usually wear around a US size 10 in bottoms, so that can be a medium or a large depending on what I'm buying. And with that, let's just get right into the review, and like I said, if you have any questions, leave them below and I'm happy to answer them. This first swimsuit is something that I was not expecting Knix to release, but that I am very, very pleased with. So this is a shaping one piece. And we'll talk about this little cover up in a minute, but for now I'm going to take it off to talk about the swimsuit. So this is a shaping swimsuit. I have not pulled the strings yet, but at the back there are a series of crisscross strings, kind of corset style, that you can pull to kind of sculpt in your waist. And then this entire swimsuit is made from like thick compressive panels, especially on the sides and then right in the front. So those are helping to kind of sculpt you in, make you feel a little bit more snatched, a little more hourglass. And I have kind of a love-hate relationship with shaping swimwear. Sometimes I feel like it can be a bit too much and be uncomfortable. And I've tried quite a few different styles at this point, but let's tug these and see if it's doing anything. So I definitely feel like that did something. To me, feels like I'm very, very snatched. It's harder to tell for me in a tiny little mirror, but it definitely feels like it did something to me. And for reference, you can see it's pulled pretty tight at the back now. So I'm just going to tie that off. And then before I started filming today, I did measure my waist, standing completely still, looking in a mirror. Let's do that same thing now to see the difference. So I was sitting at around 34 inches before, and I think it might be hard to see, but I'm sitting closer to 30 inches now. So that is a huge number of inches taken off, even accounting for the fact that I've got all of these ties back here that are adding some bulk, right? I'm still much more snatched in at the waist. Is having it this snatched in going to be the most comfortable swimsuit for like sitting down for a long time, going swimming? No, it's not. But if you want to look really snatched on the waist while you're like going for a walk down the beach, while you're laying and tanning, you absolutely can. What I would recommend is maybe loosening this up a little bit while you're like laying around tanning, and then if you're like getting up to go get yourself another drink or like go do something, you can always just quickly cinch it, tie it. It's very fast to cinch it in, and then you will be feeling super confident, super sculpted. And I want to be clear, I know that not everybody cares about looking super snatched in a swimsuit. I don't always care about that. There are times when I'm like, I don't care, give me a tiny bikini, I don't care what people see, it doesn't matter to me. And there are times when I'm feeling a bit more insecure where I do think having something that sculpts me in like this will make me feel a lot more confident. Now, I do feel like it's flattening out my tummy a lot. Once again, will help me feel more confident, especially if I'm feeling particularly bloated that day. Now, this suit is not like super high cut on the leg or anything, but I do think that it's high cut enough that it is not kind of cutting me off across the leg. So I still feel like my legs look a little bit longer than they are. They look a little elongated. Now, for the chest area in this, there is not like a shelf bra or anything in here, but obviously it is a compressive material that's fairly tight. So I do feel like I'm getting enough support and lift from this despite not having like a shelf bra in here. It does have removable padding, and then it does also have adjustable straps. Now, one thing that I do want to call out in case this is something that you would personally be self-conscious about, because this bottom part is tied so tightly, you can see like I have a little bit of fat hanging over the top of that. If that's something that would make you uncomfortable, once again, I think it's just important to keep it in mind. You could obviously tie this less tight and that would not be quite so prominent, but I must say I really like how it looks when it's tied tight. Now, in terms of bum coverage, it's a fairly full coverage option, and I think you'll find that most of the Knix swimwear does have slightly fuller coverage than you might get at like an Aerie. But if you're looking for a cheekier option, we will have some of those as well, so just keep watching. Now, for sizing, I sized up to a large in this. I usually get a medium plus in all of the one pieces at Knix, but there were a lot of reviews for this swimsuit in particular saying that it was way too tight, way too hard to put on, and I will say I'm glad that I sized up to a large. I do feel like it is a little bit tricky to get this swimsuit on, especially over my butt. If you've got a bigger bum, probably sizing up, not a bad idea, especially if you're between sizing or close to the upper end of a size. But in this size large, obviously I can still cinch in the waist as much as I want. So I feel like you're almost better to go up versus it being too small in this particular style. And overall, I really like this. I feel super cute in it. And this is definitely a suit that I know that I will wear and that I would be happy to bring with me on vacation because I do feel like it's going to add a great confidence boost when I need it. Now let's quickly also talk about this little cover up. So Knix released a couple different crochet cover up options this time. This skirt and then also a maxi dress. Now the skirt sizing is a little bit different than the swimsuits. The swimsuits are single individual sizes versus the cover ups are more of like a extra small slash small, medium slash large situation. So I went with the medium slash large for this. You can see that sitting a little bit below my natural waist, this is still quite long on me going down to my ankles. Obviously, if you're a little taller, it's not going to be quite so long on you. It does have a little tie on the side there and a slit, and I just feel like this looks super cute. This would be cute over any swimsuit that you have. The skirt also comes in a taupe color if you don't necessarily love the black. And then the dress, I'll insert a picture of it here. It's very similar to the skirt. It's a long, full maxi length, and then it just has nice thick straps. I feel like the dress is very cute, but I was also concerned it would be too long for me versus the skirt. At least I can hike up a little bit if it's too long. So I opted for the skirt. I really like it. It's nice and simple. It's cute. I feel like crochet style cover-ups are everywhere this year, and this is something you could easily bring on vacation to throw over your swimwear, and it would be very adorable. All right, next up we have something very different from the last one, and that is a tiny little string bikini. If you saw any of the coverage of the Sports Illustrated little swimsuit fashion show, you probably saw this bikini. The Birds Papaya wore it, so this is a collaboration between Knix and the Birds Papaya, and specifically the collaboration included a few different pieces. I do have one other piece of this like pink gingham, and then that shaping swimsuit that we just tried, there was also that swimsuit in pink. So if you are interested in that swimsuit but you would love a pink version, they did release one in this collaboration. So this swimsuit I thought was very interesting. I have not worn a string style bikini in quite literally a decade. If you watch this channel regularly, you will know that whenever I try swimwear, I always get things that are high rise. I feel super uncomfortable with low rise swimwear. However, Sarah Nicole, the Birds Papaya, did give me the confidence to at least try a string bikini option this time, and I do feel like it's pretty cute. So this is the little Birds Papaya Ruffle string bikini. You can see both on the front of the bottoms and on the top. There are some cute little ruffle details. Now, I believe I sized up to a large in both of these pieces. The bottoms simply to try and get a little bit more coverage because, like I said, I can be really awkward with low rise bottoms. I don't feel my most confident in them usually. And then this top, based on their website, they did recommend for a 34 double D and triple D to get a large in this. So that's what I did. In a triangle, I do always tend to size up because I feel like you just want a little bit more coverage. If you don't want the coverage, stick with your normal size. It'll just be a little bit skimpier. Now the bottoms are actually pretty interesting to me because unlike a traditional really flimsy little string bikini, this is actually a loop for the string. So it loops through each side and then you tie it on that loop. It just feels a little bit more secure than having that one tiny string kind of digging into you. Instead, you have those kind of dual straps. And obviously this is still pretty skimpy. In the front, there's not a ton of coverage. In the back, there is more coverage, definitely still a lot cheekier than the last swimsuit or than most of the pieces that Knix offers. So if you do prefer a little strappy string bikini, I do think that you will probably like this. I think it's very cute. It feels very well constructed, nice and thick, good quality materials like everything that Knix makes. But if you are looking at this and thinking, wow, there's not enough coverage in the front, I do actually have one little trick. I can't pretend that I came up with this. I've seen this online countless times, where you turn your bottoms around in a string bikini. Remember what this looks like, and let's turn them around. This is what it looks like turned backwards. Obviously a lot wider coverage, so it's covering like the entire fupa region versus the other one that kind of ends right here. It does come up slightly higher now in the front, so if you don't love something super low rise, but then obviously the trade-off of this is it is way cheekier in the back. You end up with essentially like a thong style back, slightly more coverage in the front. So if you are somebody that doesn't care about bum coverage, you just want enough coverage in the front that you feel secure and covered, this can be a really good fun option for you. So just keep that in mind. If you ever get a little string bikini that's just like way too comically small in the front, try flipping it around and just see if that works. Now they did also release this little sarong that kind of matched this swimsuit. They do also have these to match some of the other suits as well. So if you just want a tiny little tie sarong, you can get them. Now one thing with this one, I don't love that it is only the pink gingham on one side. I do wish that it were double-sided. So I don't know that I would necessarily purchase the sarong if I were going to like go make a purchase right now, because like I think I would want it double-sided if I were going to buy it. But I do think as just like a cute little sarong, tiny cover up, cover your bum while you're walking around. These are fine. I got one last year to go with my purple little Knix swimsuit that I got, and I really like it. I wear that one all the time. The colored ones were double-sided. It was just the prints that weren't. So I do think I would stick with getting the sarong for the colored swimsuits. Now I did get a second style of bottoms that match this top, so I'm going to swap into those super quick, and then we will talk about the top and the second style of bottoms. So this is the other bottom style that was released along with this gingham print, and that is their Sculpt high-rise bottoms. I will be brutally honest in saying that I prefer how these look over the string bikini on me. I think the string bikini is super cute. I think it's very well constructed. I just know I'm probably not going to feel super confident wearing that because it is so low and so little coverage. This suit comes up nice and high. It's covering the belly. It has a little more coverage at the back while still being a little bit cheeky, not super full coverage. And it comes up a little bit higher on the leg, so I still feel like it's elongating the leg. So I definitely personally feel a lot more confident in this style of bottoms. Now, I've talked about this before, but I do want to specifically mention the Sculpt high-rise bottoms. On the website, it specifically mentions if you do not like a very tight compressive fit for your swim bottoms, size up. And I definitely agree with that. I think that these are a very cute bottom. I think that they look really good, but they definitely do fit tighter than a lot of the other pieces from Knix. So I do always size up to a large in these, and I feel like that fits great for me. They come up nice and high in the back, as I mentioned, kind of like a moderate coverage, not super cheeky, but not completely full coverage. And I find these ones have plenty of coverage across the front, nice wide gusset, so I don't feel like I'm going to pop out at any point. And these are my favorite style of bottoms from Knix. I actually have them in a couple different colors as well. Now, this little top, I love how triangle tops look on me, but quite often I find that they are way too small. They just don't work. I can't get enough support. I'm not having that with this one. Now, I did size up to a large in this, but I do feel like the triangle is more than big enough. I feel covered on the sides, covered from the front. It does not feel like anything is going to pop out of here. It doesn't feel like the triangles are too small. I love that little ruffle down the center. And this is a true halter tie, and you tie at the back just like your typical string triangle top. But I've had this on for probably 20-30 minutes now, and I'm not noticing it tugging at my neck. Obviously, if you wear this with a larger chest for 8+ hours, your neck is going to get sore at some point. But I do feel like it's thick enough material with just enough stretch that it is not like tugging at my neck. It's not digging into my neck or digging in where it's touching. It feels really comfy. And like I said, I think that it looks really cute. And this little swimsuit is definitely one that I will wear, like this top and bottoms together. I know for a fact that I will wear this constantly this summer. Next up, we have a swimsuit that I have actually tried this year, but in a different pattern. So if you watched my previous little Knix 2024 swim video, you would have seen this bikini. It's this flower pattern on a navy background. And I really liked the style of that bikini, but I really didn't like how the pattern looked. And I'm not sure why. Like from a distance, I felt like it just looked too much like polka dots, and I didn't love how it looked on me. However, I did also pick up that exact same swimsuit in pink. So this color is called Seashell. It is their pink color. And then the gingham, I believe, is Seashell Gingham. But as I said, I will have all of that information down below if you just want to go down there and check it quickly. I will double check before posting it. So once again, these are those high-rise sculpting bottoms. So I did get these in a large. I feel like they look really good. I feel like the pink looks good. I am maybe slightly pale to be wearing the pink right now, but hopefully within a couple of months, I will not be this pale anymore. And then the top on this is the deep V top, which I absolutely love. All of the deep V pieces from Knix Swim, I always think that they look really good, especially on a larger chest. Now, I get a medium plus in any of like the deep V plunging tops, and I feel like that fits me really well. The band fits nice and securely under the chest. It is an adjustable band, so there are a few different lengths that you can choose from. The straps on this one are adjustable, and they are thick enough that I don't feel like they're digging in or anything. And then obviously you have that nice deep V and removable padding just to stop your nips from showing through when you get cold. And I feel like this suit, super cute. I liked it in the blue color. I do think that I like it better in the pink. It just is more my vibe. And I do think if you have a bigger chest and you're looking for a top that like accentuates that and still is providing lots of support, I think that this is a really good option for that. I always feel very supported in this top. And then last but certainly not least, we have the deep V one piece in the color Mango. Now, I absolutely love this swimsuit. I've posted a whole bunch of pictures and videos in this suit already. I feel like it's very, very cute. If you are okay with something that is like not at all sculpting, no compression, just a super cute, really comfy one piece, it is a super stretchy stretchy material, really comfy. This one does have a little bit more of a full coverage bottom, so if you don't want something super cheeky, this could be a good choice. Once again, it has the deep V at the front. I do feel like this in the one piece does give a little bit less support than the just deep V bikini top does, because it is not quite so tight. At least this one does not feel quite so tight for me, so it doesn't have that tight underband that's kind of giving you a little bit of extra lift. If you're okay with things sitting naturally, I think that this is a good option. Now, the one thing that I don't love about this one, I feel like my belly button is very, very visible in this. I don't feel like other people care about seeing your belly button. Like, that's not something that I have ever personally judged anybody else for, but just keep in mind it is visible if that's something that is going to make you uncomfortable. You could always get this in a black or in a pattern, and I don't think you would be able to see it at all. It's just because this is like super bright orange, it's a light color, I feel like it's very obvious and visible. Now, I also have the Rosette flower on here. This is completely removable. You buy them separately. They're not very expensive, but this is just made of like a swimwear material, and then it does have like a little hook on the back so that you can attach it on here, kind of like you would a brooch. You could put it somewhere else if you want. You can get them in all different colors to match all the different swimwear collections. So if you wanted one like kind of at your waist in a bikini, or if you want to get one and kind of wear it in your hair matching with your swimsuit, you absolutely can. But I have just been kind of putting it on the strap of mine, and I feel like it looks really good. Now, the straps on the suit are adjustable. The back is fairly low, so just keep that in mind. But I do feel like this is just like a very comfy, very cute swimsuit. Definitely one that I like a lot and one that I will reach for. But I do think on days when I'm like a little extra bloated or feeling, you know, a little less confident, probably the shaping one is the one I would be more likely to reach for, versus this one would be on a day when I'm feeling comfy and confident with myself, and being able to see any bit of bloating or your tummy through it would be fine with me. And those are all the different swimsuits that I have tried from Knix's latest collection. I think that there are maybe still a couple of individual pieces that I haven't tried. Like, they do have a pair of swimwear shorts. I know I'm not going to wear swimwear shorts, so I didn't bother. There is also a scoop neck style top. I feel like those tops just don't look as good on my chest versus a deep V, but if you like a scoop style top, you can get them in all of the colorways that I have shown today. In addition to the colors that I've shown today, you can also get a bright green, a bright blue, and then also a black in everything that I've shown. So there is a pretty good range of different colors and styles to choose from. They do also have a couple other different cover-up options, including just like a little pair of shorts with a button-up top, if that is something that you're interested in. But overall, I would say the Knix 2024 swim collection, tons of variety, which I think is nice, especially for a company that is still relatively small. I thought they fit great. I thought the sizing was very consistent with the size charts, and anywhere that it wasn't super consistent, they specifically note that on the website, hey, we recommend you size up in this, etc., which I think is great. I love that they have leak-proof swimwear options, and a couple of these were actually leak-proof, including that first shaping swimsuit that I showed you. So I can wear that swimsuit on my period without having to worry about having any other type of protection, which is amazing. I love that they had more cover-ups this year. In the past, they only had sarongs, but I like that they're getting more adventurous with like little button-up shirts with the crochet dresses and skirts. I think that is very adorable. And overall, Knix continues to blow me away. It's one of the only companies where every single time they release a new thing, I'm like, ooh, I might be interested in that. And that is not common for me. Most companies, I will go look at their new arrivals and be like, like I'm not super interested. I love Knix. I think it's a really cool company. I've been a customer for a very long time before I even had a YouTube channel. And I just think overall their products and everything that they carry, very cool. I'm very interested in them. I can't wait to see what they do in the future. Now, if you are interested in Knix, seeing more reviews from them, definitely be sure to hit the subscribe button. I post a Knix video at least once per month, sometimes more often than that, just depending on what's getting released, what's new. new. Also, if you do tend to shop Knix pretty often, be sure to scribble down that discount code that is down in the description box, because I do believe you can use that multiple times. It's not like limited to one time per person or anything. Great way to save a little bit of money. And like always, if you have any questions about a product at Knix, about Knix in general, about leak-proof undies and period undies, or really anything to do with swimwear, Knix, really anything, let me know down in the comments. I'm very happy to answer any and all questions. And with that, thank you very much for watching this video today. I hope that you have a fabulous day and that I will see you next time. Bye!